back for ETH Denver. First up today, we have support and welcoming up Donna. GM Donna, how are you?
Hello and good morning, everybody. So for support stats last week, we had 185 new tickets. This is a decrease of 16% from the previous week's report and also a 23% from the past 8 weeks average. Full resolution median time is currently up to 1.6 hours, which is more than 50% faster than the previous week. First reply time is at 25 minutes. 58% of the tickets were resolved in one touch. And total solved tickets, it's at 199. For the ticket drivers last week, Portis tops the list, followed by beta.shapeshift.com concerns, and then followed by ShapeShift mobile app concerns. Lastly, we have 3 users affected with the issue affecting Adam sends. So we'll send a follow up on this via triage. And basically, that's it for me today. Have a great week, everybody.
Thank you for those updates, Donna. Next up, we have growth and globalization. I don't currently see Hunt or Toasty in the audience, so I will cover for this. The LATAM ETH planning for next month and future LATAM conferences and possible Croatia conferences are being talked about. Hold regularly planned EDU calls and finalize Discord change layouts and recommendation and plan. Sorry, I have to scroll over. Learning channel content. Discuss globalization with LPX and the Smith to determine potential goals and strategy moving forward with translations. New meta factory designs via jam and finalization. Uh, slash choose final designs for the first launch. Uh, LATAM E3O content to continue to cover V2, continued building and growth of social engagement in Web3 platforms. Hold continued calls with Share, providing further support slash consultation in feature and tokenomic developments. Um, if there's anything else, if you could just write that up on stage, that'd be great. Next up, we have marketing at Pcoin. GM Pcoin.
GM PTT, how you doing, man?
I am doing good. How are you?
Doing well, doing well. Hope everybody had a great time at ETH Denver. Things on our plate, Fox Farming V3 is the big push for this week, as well as the Coinbase Cloud partnership marketing and AMA that's coming up. Chatting with staking rewards on Wednesday alongside Toasty Hunt and Githrax. Pendo and ShapeShift starting to define how that co-marketing launch is going to go is happening this week as well. Working to build more visualizations into social reporting, and then Shalisi, Secret, HPain, Ethan, and Arena are all in the process of creating some follow-up content from the excitement of ETH Denver. So we're looking forward to having interviews with people. So if you get a request for an interview, if you're at ETH Denver, please say yes, and that would be fantastic. But otherwise, GM, and have a great day.
Hey, Pete, I've
Yeah.
got a quick question. What can you say more about the Coinbase Cloud partnership?
Coinbase Cloud has published a forum post wanting to work with us to support the infrastructure of Fox Chain.
Oh,
That's
gotcha. Cool. Okay.
super big deal and great to get visibility on, we believe.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Thanks.
No problem.
Awesome. Thanks again for those updates. Pcoin. Next up, we have Jankin on the Mod Squad. GM Jankin.
Yeah, obviously, ETH Denver took a lot of time. There wasn't much going on for the week. Mostly, I spent a few minutes readjusting the events for last week. New users. Where's my numbers? Obviously, just 24 hours is just one. The last 14 days was 117, and this week was 69, which is like one more than last week. And
Nice.
it's just so it's still steady growing. I didn't put it on here, but the last raids we have one right now. I believe we're having one, so we're kind of
Well,
watching it in
you
the back
best go
end. So.
squash that before it gets out of hand.
That's why there's more than one of me. Us. Alrighty, take care.
GM Dragon. Next up, we have Product and Diggy. GM Diggy.
GM everybody. Yeah, so some things going on this week in product. There's a bounty process discussion that was supposed to happen today at 2. I'm going to move that just because a bunch of people are sick, and there's a bunch of people that are sick that we really want to be in that meeting. So hopefully that'll happen later this week. Product office hours are on Thursday, so please come to that. We actually, one of the things Beard's been working on is some UI changes to the layout on the web app to accommodate the growing sections that we have and making our nav more flexible. So we're gonna do like a preview of that at the office hours on Thursday. So please come if you would like to see that. My term as workstream leader is ending at the end of February. I put up a proposal for re-election through the end of June. So please take a look at that. There's a link there for feedback. I am very open to feedback and would love feedback from everybody on how I'm doing or where I can improve. So would appreciate that. And then we're hoping to sync up with Mr. Nerdhair. I know he's crazy busy this week at some point to determine the next steps for the Pendo integration into Alpha. That is moving forward, and we just basically want to get it into a staging environment so we can start setting up these guides and get the analytics going. Something that we're super excited about on the product side. And then we are hiring for a UX developer. The position has been posted on Notion. Or if anybody knows anybody they'd like to refer, please send them our way. And that's it for me. Thank you so much.
Thanks for those updates, Diggy. Next up, we have Josh in engineering. GM Josh.
GM. Okay, so I'm also just getting back from ETH Denver, back in the swing of things. It was great to see those. Saw a bunch of people in the community that I've never met before, and we all had a really good time together. For this week, engineering is focused on Cosmos backend is parsing standard transactions, the parsing module to bring in standard transactions. On the front end, we're working on the Cosmos Osmosis Market Assets service. Also on the front end for this afternoon and this morning, we'll be spending some time to make sure that Fox Farming v3 is good to go. We've got that goat, no goat coming up this afternoon. Middle name is working with Taxi Stake for Get Unchained, move towards that decentralized backend. Also upgrading Thor nodes. And then we're excited to be reviewing some backend candidate work, that bounties that we give them is kind of part of the candidate vetting process. And then you can see the stats for our open source efforts below, still going strong. That's it.
Awesome. Thanks so much for those updates, Josh. Next up, we have security, Mr. Nerdhair. GM Mr. Nerdhair. Mr. Nerdhair, sorry. Uh-oh. If you're talking, we can't hear you yet. Or is it just me? One more try?
Yeah, how about that?
That
Anything?
works. Awesome.
Okay, sweet. Yeah, so I'm on my phone this time. So, yeah, ETH Denver was amazing. Repping ShapeShift all day long kind of stuff. We had a bunch of people that were very interested in the security architecture, so I was bragging on us a little bit. Anyway, so hopefully we'll be seeing an influx of new people looking to do partnerships. This week I'm staying with some friends in Colorado. I'll have availability, but I will have limited bandwidth. But I will be focusing this week on getting the Pendo stuff. Now they're paid, getting their agent integrated into the new alpha thing, and getting unblocking them so that they can unblocking products so that they can start doing guide design and all sorts of fun stuff like that. There were several people that were showed up at ETH Denver that we were talking to about our analytics stuff. They were also very impressed about how we had designed the system, and in a user-first manner. So I'm really proud of us of that. Any random stuff you need me to do, drop me a line and I will help you. Goodbye.
Awesome. Thanks, Mr. Nerd Hair. Next up, we have operations, and I'll be covering for that because Tyler is out with the con flu. So um, I am going to be the ops lead for this week. So if whoever is going to be the engineering lead wants to meet up tomorrow morning to go over what changes are going to be deployed, let me know. Um, Fox Farming Go slash no, it's goat slash no goat today at 3 p.m. MST and E1 All Access. That is being led by T Shifty. And then MB Maria is joining the Ops Assistant team today. She was a referral from OX Apotheosis, I believe is the username. And she is also from Down Under, which is awesome because we can hopefully start to spread out some of our coverage in the coming months. And then triage report, there were 3 issues reported, 0 resolve, 50% decrease in reported issues. And I'm sure part of that was also due to being a lighter week last week. Next out is Kent, which is out. So I am going to read his as well. Note from Kent, new TMDC phase that has been approved. LM and LP token buyback phase is starting soon. And then the ETH Denver recovery phase today. That is very accurate. Osmosis updates. Is Fox McCloud around? Otherwise, I am guessing we are still finishing up the engineering, and we will be continuing to work on that side before we move forward with any kind of integrations. Oh, there's Fox McCloud.
Yeah, GM guys, also not feeling 100% today. But yeah, that is still progressing. Obviously, since it became a little bit more of the core engineers handling, not so much as the bounty. Yeah, it's still progressing, but a lot more core dev work before we can finish the osmosis part of it.
Awesome. Thank you so much for those updates, and hopefully you feel better soon. Next up, we have the Fox Foundation and Willie Fox and Ocean. GM Willie Fox and Ocean.
GM Ron, how you doing?
I am tired. How are you?
I am exhausted too. Fortunately, I haven't come down with any sickness yet, but you never know. I'm about to head out to the mountains to continue ETH Denver for the mountain retreat. And DeFi Cafe was going to join, but he woke up with a fever, so hopefully he'll be able to make it. Ocean, how's the proposal for Foxy going?
It's good. Looks like we have 8 people have voted so far. No one against. Everyone else for. I'm curious, Willie, do you have a sense on what the typical response is for ideation posts before they get moved in terms of the numbers of people that have responded to the polls?
Yeah, I think 8 voters is actually probably pretty standard. It's nice to get some feedback, but I think your proposal is pretty solid, and I know you went through a pretty good advice process before this already. So I think at this point you're totally clear to move this to official governance. But on that note, if anyone has any thoughts on Foxy, speak now, post in stage chat, or go post in the forum, because this is the last chance to add any feedback before this goes up for governance.
Yep. Yeah, love any last feedback on it. Otherwise, we'll go ahead and move it forward.
Cool. Ocean, I was chatting just last night with Craig from Tokamak, and was telling him about Foxy, and he was really, really excited about it, and not only for ShapeShift, but for potentially bringing this to other protocols as well.
I love it.
Workers. Yeah.
That's super awesome. And yes, Meg, I'm posting the link right now in the stage chat.
Sweet. All right. This week we'll be minting the Fox Success tokens. The contracts for that are live. They've been tested. They've been reviewed by Mr. Nerdhair. Thank you, Mr. Nerdhair. So, and we have TMDC approval to move forward. So we'll be minting those. Now that ETH Denver is behind us, and we can more easily coordinate some transactions. Also, DAO terms and privacy policy will be published soon. These are pretty cool. They are were drafted by Andy. They're very human readable, so I invite you to check them out. And if you do have any feedback, we're getting some final feedback from Mr. Nerdhair, who's going to talk with Andy, the attorney who helped us draft these, former counsel at ShapeShift. And then this will be our first version of our terms and service. We can always keep updating it. And it might not even be called terms of service. That's part of what Mr. Nerdhair is going to chat with Andy about. But yeah, if you've never read terms of service or privacy policy like me, check this one out. It's actually pretty human readable, and whether or not it's legally binding, we wanted to get this up just to make sure we're setting expectations for users and just claiming as much liability as we can. So yeah, if you have any thoughts, please let us know, and we'll run them past Andy too before we put these up. And then, yeah, as mentioned, I will be in Breck from Monday for Thursday for the ETH Denver Mountain Retreat, but still we'll have some availability. So feel free to reach out. Anything else this week, Ocean?
Yeah, I mean, I know it was already mentioned, but the Fox Farming Rewards V3 is going to be deployed and funded tomorrow. So Will and I will both be working on that as well.
Awesome. Thank you both for those updates. I will mention that I know that was missed in support is that the WeFox Step Fund is back up for voting for support. So if everyone can go and vote either in support or against that, and that way they can have that feedback, that would be great. Thank you so much. And if anyone else has anything, now is the time. Else, I will wish everyone a great GM. Does not appear as though anyone else is typing, so everyone can have some time back and have a great day. Thank you.